Some truths live quietly inside the heart. They stay hidden because of fear, pride, or uncertainty. There are people who feel deep love for you but do not know how to say it. They stay silent, believing it is safer to keep it inside. But Allah knows what they carry inside their hearts, and Allah has promised that a day will come when those hidden feelings will be brought into the open. Today, you will discover a powerful truth, a truth about the love you once thought was lost, a love you thought had been forgotten, a love you believed had faded away. Allah is telling you today it's true. They will confess their love. They will speak the words they could not say before, not because you pressured them, not because you chased after them, but because Allah, the one who knows all hearts, wrote this moment long before you even understood it. Stay with me until the very end of this video, because what you will hear today could change your heart forever. It may heal wounds you carried in silence. It may bring peace where confusion lived. Inshallah, the knowledge of Allah over hearts. Allah reminds us many times in the Quran that He knows everything hidden inside the hearts. He says, and He knows what is within the hearts. Surah Al-Taghabun 64:4. Before someone finds the courage to speak, before a kind action is shown, before a glance is exchanged, Allah already knows what is moving inside the soul. There are feelings people carry in silence. Sometimes it is love, sometimes it is care, sometimes it is regret, but no matter how deeply they hide it, it is never hidden from Allah. When a person locks their emotions away because of pride, because of fear, or because of shame, Allah still sees it clearly. He is Allah Alim, the one who knows every secret without being told. He is Allah Ghabir, the one who understands every hidden feeling even when it is buried under silence. Maybe you are waiting for someone to express love, waiting for them to finally admit what they feel, waiting for their heart to open. And maybe it feels painful when they remain silent. Maybe it feels like they do not care. Maybe it feels like they have forgotten you. But Allah wants you to know, their silence is not invisible. Their feelings are not forgotten. Allah already hears what their tongue is afraid to say. There are words waiting inside them, words they are too afraid to speak. But Allah is closer to those words than you can ever imagine. Their confession, the love they hide, the truth they are scared to admit, it is already written. It already exists in the unseen world. It only waits for the moment Allah chooses to bring it into the open. So if you ever feel abandoned, if you ever feel invisible, if you ever feel as though your love is unseen, remember this: Allah is nearer to that unspoken love than you are. Allah is already holding that truth in His hands. And when the right time comes, He will allow it to appear. Until then, trust the one who sees what no eye can see. Trust the one who hears what no ear has heard. Trust the one who knows the heart better than the heart knows it. Because with Allah, no emotion is wasted. No love is unseen. No feeling is ignored. Everything is preserved, and everything will be revealed when Allah will. Silent love and divine timing. There are times when love lives quietly inside a heart, yet the person never finds the words to say it. They feel it deeply. They think about it often. But when it comes to speaking, they stay silent. The Prophet Muhammad, sallallahu alaihi wasallam, taught us a beautiful advice. When a man loves his brother, he should tell him that he loves him. Sunan Abu Dawud 524. This hadith reminds us of something important. Love that stays hidden is like a treasure locked away. It has value. It has beauty. But it cannot shine if it is never brought into the light. Sometimes Allah allows this silence to continue, not as a punishment for you but as part of His perfect plan. Sometimes Allah withholds the confession for a reason you cannot yet see. Not because you are unworthy, not because the love isn't real, but because the moment is not yet ready. If they had spoken too soon, maybe their heart would not have been clean. Maybe their words would have been said out of confusion, not certainty. Maybe they would have confessed out of weakness, not true strength. Allah, in His endless mercy, protects you from receiving love that is incomplete, rushed, or damaged. The delay is not a rejection. It is a preparation. It is Allah making sure that when the confession comes, it comes with truth, with clarity, and with pure intention. Sometimes, love must be tested before it is spoken. Sometimes, the heart must grow through hardship before it understands its own feelings. And sometimes people must lose what they fear losing before they understand how much they truly care. Allah knows exactly when the right moment is. He knows when a heart is finally ready. He knows when the words will come with sincerity, not with pride, not with fear, and not with selfishness. So when you feel frustrated waiting for the truth to be spoken, when you wonder why they remain silent, when you fear that maybe they do not love you after all, remember this: Allah is arranging the timing with wisdom. He is protecting you from premature promises. He is guarding your heart from half-hearted confessions. He is ensuring that when the words finally reach you, they will be real, strong, and lasting. The confession will come. It is already written. It must happen. Not because you are forcing it, but because Allah has commanded the hearts to respond when the time is right. Wait with patience. Wait with dignity. Wait with full trust that Allah's timing is always better than your wish. Because when Allah commands the hearts to speak, not even fear, pride, or distance can stop the truth from reaching you. How Allah softens the heart. Hearts are not made of stone, but they are not easy to open either. They are delicate. They are fragile. They carry fears, wounds, and memories that sometimes make them shut tightly. You cannot force a heart to open. You cannot demand someone to feel ready. You cannot break down the walls around a soul by pushing harder. Only Allah has the power to reach inside a heart and change what no human being can touch. Allah says clearly in the Quran, "But Allah softens the hearts of whom He wills." Surah Al-Hadid 57:16. When someone hides their love from you, it is not always because they do not care. Many times it is because they are afraid. Afraid to be hurt, afraid to be seen as weak, afraid to lose control. Life teaches people to build walls. Betrayal teaches them not to trust easily. Disappointments make them doubt their own emotions. Past mistakes haunt them and whisper that loving again will only lead to more pain. But Allah, out of His infinite mercy, knows exactly how to heal a wounded heart. He knows how to gently loosen the chains around someone's soul. He knows how to whisper peace into a heart that has been trembling for far too long. Allah sends signs that only they can understand. Sometimes it is a dream that shakes them awake. Sometimes it is a memory that suddenly stirs in their mind. A memory of you, of a moment, of something they once buried. Sometimes it is a random encounter, a word from a stranger, a moment of stillness when their heart remembers what it tried so hard to forget. Allah does not rush the process. He does not force feelings. Instead, He prepares the heart quietly, softly, gently. He builds the courage they never thought they had. He removes the pride they thought they needed for protection. He melts the fear that kept them silent. And when the heart is finally softened, when the chains are broken, and when the soul is free enough to be honest, the words come out. Words they were too afraid to say. Words they thought they would never admit. Words they hid even from themselves. And they will finally say it. I loved you all along. This moment is not a coincidence. It is not random. It is not luck. It is a part of Allah's perfect plan. It is divine orchestration. It is Allah showing you that He is the one who controls hearts. He is the one who writes the time. He is the one who turns silent emotions into spoken truths. When the soul is ready to honor what love truly means, trust in the softening process. Even if you cannot see it happening, even if the walls still look strong, know that Allah is working behind those walls, preparing a heart that one day, by His will find the strength to speak love into the open. Your duty while waiting. You might be wondering right now, what should I do while I wait for their confession? Should I reach out to them? Should I try harder to make them see how I feel? The answer is simple, but powerful. Islam teaches us to never chase after people for love or approval. Islam teaches us to anchor our hearts only to Allah. The Prophet Muhammad ﷺ said, "Be indifferent to the world, and Allah will love you. Be indifferent to what people possess, and people will love you." Ibn Majah 402. This beautiful teaching reminds us, you do not need to run after anyone. You do not need to beg for attention. You do not need to lose yourself trying to win someone's affection. Your real duty, the most important task during this waiting time, is to focus on yourself and your relationship with Allah. Instead of asking when they will confess, ask yourself, Have I strengthened my connection with Allah? Have I purified my intentions so that my love is clean, sincere, and free from pride? Have I grown in patience, in dignity, and in trust? You are not waiting because you are weak. You are not waiting because you have no other choice. You are waiting because you are trusting Allah's promise over the unpredictability of human emotions. Waiting in Islam is not a position of sadness. It is a position of power. It is a demonstration that you believe in Allah's timing more than your own plan. While you wait, do not waste your days in sadness. Use this time to rise spiritually. Use it to build your inner strength. Use it to polish your heart so that when the confession finally comes, you will not meet it with desperation, but with grace. Imagine standing strong in front of their words. Imagine hearing their confession, not as someone who was begging for it, but as someone who was ready for it, spiritually, emotionally, and mentally. This is what Allah wants for you. He does not want you to be broken while waiting. He wants you to become whole. He wants you to become someone who is ready to receive love in a way that honors Him first. So every prayer you make, every tear you shed, every moment you spend trusting in Him, it is all building you for something greater. Trust in the process, trust in the preparation, and trust that when the time comes, you will meet their confession with dignity, with strength, and with a heart that is already full, not from them but from Allah. Because hearts that are full of Allah's love are never desperate for anyone else. The inevitable truth. Allah has given us a promise that is powerful and full of hope. He says, "The truth has come, and falsehood has vanished. Indeed, falsehood is bound to vanish." Surah Al-Isra, 1781. This verse is not only about battles or grand events. It is about every small truth in your life too. It is about the hidden feelings someone has for you. It is about the silent love they carry but refuse to show. It is about the reality they try to deny but cannot erase. No matter how much someone tries to bury what they feel, no matter how much they pretend they have moved on, no matter how busy they keep themselves with distractions, the truth Allah placed in their heart cannot stay hidden forever. Human beings can delay the truth. They can cover it with excuses. They can hide it behind pride, but they cannot erase what Allah has written inside them. The truth is stronger than fear. The truth is more powerful than pride. The truth planted by Allah has roots deep inside their soul, and eventually it will break through the surface. Maybe it will come through a sudden word spoken in a moment of weakness. Maybe it will show in their eyes when they least expect it. Maybe it will appear in their actions, when they try to protect you or care for you in ways they cannot explain. One way or another, the truth will rise. It is not a matter of if, it is only a matter of when. Even if they fight against it, even if they convince themselves they are over it, even if they tell everyone they have moved on, the truth that Allah placed within them is stronger than their own denial, because divine decree cannot be broken by human stubbornness. And when that truth finally comes out, when they confess, when they reveal what they were hiding, you will see the wisdom of Allah clearly. You will shew the wisdom of Allah clearly. You will realize that Allah was never ignoring you. He was not leaving you to suffer. He was not allowing your heart to break without reason. Instead, He was preparing a moment so perfect, so carefully timed, that the truth would not just appear, it would appear in a way that benefits you. It would appear in a way that strengthens your soul, not weakens it. It would appear in a way that brings healing, not harm. Allah's plan is always full of mercy. Even when you cannot see it at first, even when the waiting feels endless, even when the silence seems painful, in the end, you will understand Allah's timing is better than your dreams. Allah's truth is greater than your fear, and Allah's way of unfolding love is more beautiful than anything you could have planned for yourself. Trust in that. Hold on to that, because what is written by Allah is inevitable, and nothing can stand in its way. When they finally confess, when they finally gather the courage to confess, when the love they hid for so long finally reaches their lips, it will not feel like a casual moment. It will not be something small or ordinary. It will be a moment that carries weight. It will feel like a door opening after years of being locked. It will feel like the sky finally raining after a long drought. It will feel like a silent prayer, once whispered into the darkness, has finally been answered. because this confession was not born out of pressure. It was not forced by circumstances. It was written by destiny, by the will of Allah, long before you even realized you needed it. But now, in this important moment, you must remember something even greater. Their confession is a gift, not a guarantee. Hearing the truth from their heart may heal parts of you. It may bring peace where there was confusion. It may close wounds that were open for too long. But their words alone do not decide your future. Their presence in your life is not automatic. It is still something you must measure through the lens of your faith. Allah may allow this confession to touch your heart, to remind you that you were never forgotten, to heal you from the inside. But whether or not they are meant to stay beside you, that depends on something much bigger. It depends on what is best for your deen. It depends on what is best for your path to Jannah. If their love makes you a better Muslim, if their presence reminds you to pray more, to grow closer to Allah, to walk humbly and gratefully, then their love is a mercy given to you. But if their love pulls you away from Allah, if it makes you forget your prayers, if it weakens your faith, or distracts you from your purpose, then even a love that feels beautiful can become a test. The goal of love in Islam is not just to feel good. It is not just to fill your heart with emotion. It is to fill your soul with strength, light, and closeness to Allah. Love is meant to be a bridge, leading you to Allah, not a wall that blocks you from Him. So when they finally confess, accept their words with gratitude. Thank Allah for the healing He sent you through their honesty. But before you hold on to them, seek Allah's guidance. Pray istikhara. Ask Allah to show you if this connection will bring you closer to Him or take you further away. Ask Allah to guide your heart so that your next steps are based on wisdom, not just emotion. Because in the end, true love in Islam is not about holding on to someone at all costs. It is about holding on to Allah first and trusting that whatever stays or whatever leaves is what is best for your eternal journey. You were never invisible, not for a moment. Even when it felt like no one saw your patience, even when it seemed like your silent prayers were echoing into emptiness, even when your heart cried behind closed doors and no human noticed, Allah was seeing you. Allah was listening. Allah was closer to you than you ever realized. You were never forgotten, not by the one who created you, not by the one who shaped your emotions with His own hands, not by the one who wrote your story before your first breath. Every emotion you carried silently, He knew it. Every feeling they refused to admit, He witnessed. Every word they swallowed in fear, He heard it before it was ever spoken. And now as you walk forward, closer to Allah, as you build your trust in Him, above all else, as you learn to love Him more than you need anything from creation, the truth will not pass you by. It will meet you. It will find you. It will rise from the hidden places where it once slept. It will arrive at the perfect moment, not a second too early, not a second too late, a moment carefully chosen, a moment beautifully written, by the one who sees all things, the one who hears the whispers of every heart. Trust Allah. Trust His promises. Trust His timing, because He is saying to you now, it's true. They will confess love. And when it happens, when the words you waited so patiently to hear are finally spoken, when the love you thought was lost is finally revealed, you will realize something even more precious. Allah was never making you wait for the sake of pain. He was making you wait so that He could write a story greater than you ever dreamed. A story filled with His mercy, His wisdom, and His perfect love for you. And when you understand that, you will say from the depths of your soul, Alhamdulillah.